Hey, what's up guys? Eric Thorough here with Thorough Smart Home. I am here, finally long awaiting to start my channel off. I want to thank those who watched my kind of put together welcome video to my channel. Please do, if you can, take a moment to hit that subscribe button or follow button if you're watching on Rumble. So I'm here with my very first, I guess you could say, semi-unboxing of our first device. The first device is going to, and of course let me further acknowledge you that I already have a pre-existing home ecosystem kind of established, and basically I didn't need to do anything a little bit further except for maybe one or two pieces of devices I could have added. But things have come to with updates and also just the overall aging of some of the hardware. I thought it was time to change, and my main ecosystem was SmartThings. SmartThings app and the way it works is fantastic. I still think it's probably the best app as far as for automations and routines and what have you, and some of the devices that can work. Another thing is the majority of their devices that work are Zigbee controlled, so they stay off. You can have all these devices, like for example, I have 14 multi-purpose sensors that are connected to my doors and windows throughout the house, and none of them are on my Wi-Fi. They all connect through like that Zigbee radio protocol to a SmartThings hub, which I have connected in my office here, and it's connected through a Cat 8 cable to a gigabit switch, which is then connected through another Cat 8 cable to my Netgear Orbi wireless mesh system. So with that said, that could be another video for another time to break down my network, because I'm actually going to think about processing and doing some updates to it. So stay tuned for that. And if you would like to see more what I have on the breakdown of networking and the actual step-by-step phase of setting up your home smart home ecosystem and automations, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try the best to get back to you. But now back to what today's video is about. Today's video is going to be a semi-unboxing. It's not an unboxing per se to where I'm getting it from the packaging that comes in the mail or via Amazon shipments and all those, brown cardboard boxes, but it's an unboxing from the manufacturer box. So here's the first device, because you have to basically, this is with Aqara, and it's going to work with Apple Home. Even though it says HomeKit, that's the old branding of it. Apple went and updated their branding of Apple Home from the user end. It's still in the developer end, it's called HomeKit. But anyways, with that said, this is the first device. This is a hub. They have multiple hubs. They have like, I think, 5 different hubs, with another one coming out in I believe the spring of next year, the M3 hub. So this is one. This is the M1S hub. This is generation 2, so this is the most recent one of this one. And the reason why I particularly picked this one is because, one, it has a siren like the other one probably does, but 2, it has the LED light on it, and the M2 hub, I don't think it did. But the only thing I like the M2 hub more so than this is that the fact that it does connect to your network through Ethernet. This one has to use your Wi-Fi, so this will be almost like my replacement for the SmartThings hub once I get everything slowly transitioned in stages. And my SmartThings hub, of course, like I said, was connected through Ethernet, and this will be Wi-Fi. So this would add another device via Wi-Fi. That's hence the reason why I need to start switching over my wireless mesh system for my home networking, because this is going to add. But devices that are connected to this hub are just like the way they connect to the SmartThings hub through Zigbee. So that's why I'm doing it. And keep it off the internet, keep it secure, keep it locally controlled. Now, as far as for this new protocol called Matter, from what I've seen through different YouTubers out there, whether it be my buddy there, Shane Watley there at Shane Creates, or George Langabeer at Silverhammer Surveillance YouTube channel, and was it the Brad Lloyd? Basically, I'm not really happy also with Tech with Brett too. I watch his channels too. I'm not really happy with the Matter protocols yet. It's still in its infancy. So, and with a lot of devices that you lose control. Let's say Matter doesn't exist yet. You lose control of a lot of the native functionalities that can be added to, like natively being controlled in HomeKit. Like I say, like for Philips Hue, their hub, it's matter control and updated, but you don't have adaptive lighting. And there's stuff that, like, if you have a camera, you know, of course, camera's not ready for Matter yet, but there's functionalities in some of these devices that you cannot migrate over via Matter. So getting devices, for example, like Aqara, even though they pushed more so for Apple Home, these devices, Aqara is flexible to where you can link your Aqara account to both SmartThings. They do work with them, Amazon Assistant and Google Assistant. So these will work for all fact, and that's one thing when I look for smart home tech, that it's, you know, flexible in how it's using. Some other devices I have around here that work with Apple Home and SmartThings are like my Maras smart plugs, and then also a garage door opener. I have this light over here. There's a Maras desk lamp. So, and that's Wi-Fi. What else I have? I have Lutron Caseta light switches. I have Arlo Pro 3 cameras around the house, but they connect to a base station, and then that base station opens it up to Apple Home video. But they're not secure video kits. But that's okay, because I have local control of my video, and it's right here locally on my Arlo base station. So, and then I have something else for it. I can't remember, but I know I have one more device that's Apple Home. But yeah, and plus I have 6 HomePod minis. So, anyways, with that said, back to this. This is the first device in my changeover from SmartThings to Aqara ecosystem for security. So I've been buying these things for a while. I've been pushing it, you know, and sharing some devices as of recently as like Friday. I added that I got a motion sensor here, and also a proximity sensor here, or what they call a door window, but it's proximity sensor here. So today I'm gonna worry about doing the motion sensor. I'll just unbox one of these because I have 4 of them. That's what I needed to replace all the motion sensors I have with SmartThings. The motion sensors from SmartThings were a combination made by SmartThings, and then SmartThings licensed out their manufacturing of the physical equipment to a company called AOTech here in San Jose. Same protocol, same devices and all that stuff in design. It's just that AOTech now manufactures for SmartThings. And there was nothing wrong with those. Nothing wrong with those. Matter of fact, I liked them a lot, that they had not just the motion capability, but they also had temperature sensors. You can read the temperature sensors within the SmartThings app, and you can also, you know, do it with an Amazon Assistant. I don't know about Google. We don't really do Google here, and the only reason why I have Amazon active here is when a door opens or closes after a certain time. I have the very original Amazon Echo, the black tower cylindrical speaker, and now it's the doors open, and that's it, and also my garage door. So that's the only reason why I have Amazon. I hope with this stuff, with the car, I could get that same kind of automation done within the speaker of the HomePods. So that would be great. That just adds a little bit more of like a security presence, you know. But that's to be determined at a later date when I get this fully installed. So anyway, so here's the accessory I'm going to be unboxing, and here's the hub I'm going to be unboxing. So let's go ahead and get to it. I haven't opened the tape. Okay, here it is. Pretty much. Now, it's pretty lightweight. It feels, of course, it's ABS plastic. Like a lot of these devices are that you'll get, but it's pretty solid built. It's pretty firm in the hand. It has a 3-prong, so it is grounded, and they are secured. I should make sure at the home kit. Yeah, okay, there. I don't want to show you the home video barcode, but yeah, so it's very secured, and you could probably you could probably see how there is a little bit of a contrast between the device and then the middle here. This middle is actually an LED light ring that is fully different colors. It's dimmable for brightness and color change. And what you could do is you could set up colors to allow for different alarms. Like if you have an intrusion in your house, you could set that to be red. If you have a water leak in your house, and water leak sensors are coming first with Aqara sensors too, you can set this to be a blue color. If you have a carbon monoxide detection, orange, or what have you, whatever, you know, makes it understandable to you know what the signal is before, you know, looking at, you have to go grab your phone or looking on your tablet to see what the actual push notification for the alarm is being detected. So that's a good notification. There's also, I've seen some routines to where they can just use the light because it's exposed to Apple Home to for other automations to where like right now I'm recording the video. So if I had this on the outside of my house or my office here, if there was an outlet there, I could put this on and put it on red and to allow people know that I'm recording this video, so not to come in and disturb me. So that's pretty much it. It has a button on the top for, I like that, a button on the top here for action, you know, to activate and program it. So we'll get to that. Let's see what else is in the box. The instructions. These are a little booklet to tell you about it and then how to destroy your own devices. No, I'm just kidding. It's instruction booklet. It's pretty thick, but pretty small too. So there's that. And let's see here what else. And that's it. Like I said, the power is connected to it, so it plugs in. And that could be also a deterrent. You might have to dedicate a whole wall outlet. Here in the States, the wall outlets come with, for the most part, 2 outlets or 2 plugs that you can plug 2 things into. And with the shape of this, you plug it in, and for the most part, it looks like it will cover both. So no matter whether you do the top outlet or the bottom, because that could be a detractor for some people. As of what my situation is right now around my house, what I have plugged into the outlets, I may have to take a look into where I can plug this in. I think there's one outlet behind me that's not even operated, not even used right now. But yeah, that's the only detraction from the design of this. But otherwise, no problem. So let's go ahead and put that to the side. And let's go ahead and open up a motion sensor. This is going to be the first device I connect to the hub. They call them, Aqara calls them children or child devices. I just keep it simple. I call them an accessory. Okay, so that's all that's in the box. There's nothing else. Oh, got also the instructions here. Same thing. Basically same thickness. Basically it's the same thing. So I'll put that box to the side. And here's the main port, the main device. Here you can see it has a pretty good wide angle view for motion sensor. So this is not really an overview of the actual individual product. I could do that at another time. So this is just for basically unboxing and the initial setup of this one device. I have 3 other motion sensors that I can use, and I can use those to do an actual breakdown of the actual product itself. So, and then it comes with a stand which has a 90-degree turn in it, and the 90-degree is pretty firm. You have to put a little bit of pressure on it, which is good because you want to make sure it holds. And then on top it has like a removable label here to where you can stick it to the bottom here, and then you can mount this 90 degrees. And then on the bottom of the mount it has another sticky pad, so you could stick it upside down and do your sensors. You could do it at 90 degrees. Basically, so it's pretty much flexible. And then just blue thing is just something to remove it from the battery, so when you're ready to program it, you can do that. So that is pretty much it. Let me go ahead and get this going over to the app. So I'll have to show you a screenshot of my phone, and I'll do this app, and I'll do the install of the hub first, and then I'll go ahead and do the child device or the accessory of this motion sensor. I probably won't be mounting this anywhere right now, but just for the install I'll do that. So all right, let me get back to it. And basically the yellow light is blinking on the wall as soon as I plugged it in, so I checked that. Next step is to discover where do I want to connect it to. So I'm going to go to my hub, connect, change that. Next step. Now it's asking the prompt to install it to Apple Home. So I'm going to scan the home code. And keep in mind, I'm doing this organically, natively into Apple Home, not using Matter at all. So it asks me to connect the bridge. That's what it's doing as it's making connection to my network. This is over Wi-Fi. You see on top of the screen, you can see my Orbi router scanning the devices and everything that's exposed through this hub. Make sure everything is safe for my network, and then I'm going to put it into my offices where I'm at, and that's where the hub will remain. And I'm going to get a chance to rename. You can name it anything you want. So I'm just going to name it whatever it was, the model number, the M1S hub. Then I'll hit continue. As it renames it now, you can see what the bridge exposes. It has a night light, and the system is the alarm system when you activate that. So that's what exposed to Apple Home. And then it has options where you can do, and then we're basically done. That's the Apple Home. So now it's just now going back to the Aqara hub itself and the count, and it connected pretty quickly. This is where I could go and rename it within the Aqara hub, place it into a room, and of course the room I had was not there, so I had to go and manually add it. So it's an office, and then click save. And then the next step after selecting the room is as I go and expose it to what I want it to be exposed, and it's asking how I want to change the icon. So there's a little bit of icon. There's more exposed icons when you hit the 3 dots on the lower right screen. So I'm going to choose the M1S hub icon when I scroll down here a little bit. It's right next to the hubs, and then hit done. And there you go. There's my home board or home screen, and you can see it has the night light exposed right away. And this is where you could turn your night light on and off with the switch. And then you could go ahead and adjust the colors accordingly to what you want. So with automation here, if you set the alarm up, of course, you could set the colors to how you want it. Next, we'll go in and see how we program it into the Apple Home. Okay, so now that we're in the Apple Home app now, after transitioning from the Aqara app, as I'm scrolling through my home with a list of equipment and accessories attached, I find the Aqara M1S hub in my office, and you can see right away it has the nightlight exposed on the left, where you could choose your color palettes just like on any color light that you would get with the Apple Home, and you're able to turn it on, turn it off, and adjust the brightness of it. And then over to the right, you'll see the alarm portion of the hub, like the auto security. So whether you want it on night mode, so that way allows you to keep motion deactivated during the night, away, everything is activated, and home. So, and then you could go back to off. So this allows you to control your hub manually and how to activate your alarm. And then the features that are exposed to the hub are, of course, the light and the sensor for the security. So I included it in my favorites for quick access. And then I'm just scrolling down here, showing you the rest of the hub. And by the way, I did go and update the firmware of the hub shortly after it was installed. Now you saw that those 2 accessories were listed as under one single title, but on the home page, I wanted to do separate controls. So the light and the alarm are 2 separate tiles in my home. And then the alarm portion, like I said before, is now exposed to the security system of the Apple Home, and of course it shows it's disarm. And then of course here are my cameras that I have too connected. So with here you can set up automations and everything for your alarm system, and it can connect to your cameras and synchronize to how you want things recorded, lights turned on and off, whatever have you. It's a very good flexible system. Okay, so you've seen the setup, the overview of what I'll have from Aqara, the M1S hub. You've seen the setup of it in the Aqara app and getting established. Then I transitioned over to the Apple Home and show you the controls and how I did that app. I did add some flexibility of organizing where I want the control tiles to be located. So with that, let's move on to the next accessory, or actually the first accessory underneath the Aqara M1S hub, and that's going to be this motion sensor, I could think. So let's go ahead and let's get this connected to it. I'll get it connected to it and test it. I may not utilize it for a while, but let's go ahead and get this started, and let's get this connected. And of course, here's to the screenshot of the phone. Me connecting it to the app. All right. Okay, we're back here in the Aqara hub, or the Aqara app, and I'm choosing the plus sign on the top right corner to add a new accessory. Then I tap the category of the accessory, which is a sensor, and I verify my connectivity to the gateway, and everything's good, and I go and connect it to that gateway or that hub. And there's a motion sensor P1. This is what I'm connecting to. So now you have to do the establish wait time for why it connects. After you hit that reset button, the light will flash 3 times blue, saying it's in the process of connecting. It's open. And then shortly after, a few seconds, the countdown may vary depending on device and connectivity level. And there we go. So for this, I'm going to keep it with the same name, and then I'm going to change the room to the living room, which is where I'm going to put this in my first motion sensor in my living room. And there's what's information that's active to your card, what exposed for the sensor. So you got the lux, and the illumination of the brightness of your room from light exposure, and then of course you got the motion sensitivity. And here it is on the